on top of the world, about to jump above it. Take it straight to the moon, 'cause we know how to rock it. Ain't no thing you can do, ain't no way to stop it. Now you're feeling it too. Let's get it started. Throw your hands in the air while the beat is dropping. Acting like you don't care when everybody's watching. Just keep whipping your hair like that, you got it. Yeah, you're feeling it too. Let's get it started. I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started. Charts off the meter, turn it up, blow the speakers, make them all to believers, break through the surface, tell them open the curtains, give them all what they wanted, yeah, now let's get it started. Let's get it, get it. Yeah, I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? I'm ready. Let's get it started. Yeah, I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Let's go. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it, get it. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah. Give me something new. Time to break loose. Take it to another level. Now we on the move. Shout if you coming with me. Going over the limit. On your mark, keep it steady. So tell me, are you ready? I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started.
If only a racetrack could tell stories. From breaking ground in 1945 to opening day in 1947. So many great winners at this facility, such as Fireball Roberts, Junior Johnson, Lee Petty and Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and so many more. This is a place that NASCAR has called home from 1949 all the way to 1996, and tonight, the virtual North Wilkesboro Speedway roars back to life with the LSRTV Super Late Model Invitational. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning back into LSRTV, your home for sim racing since 2014. In the booth tonight, I'm Brandon Kreutz, alongside co-commentator Wesley Allen and Charles Wooten down at the production trailer. And Wesley, North Wilkesboro Speedway, high-speed racetrack with a lot of history. It's going to be a fun one here tonight.
Well, first off, my friend, after doing 4 baseball games, 2 softball games, a soccer game, and 3 days of racing, it sounds like a partridge in a pear tree. I'm glad that you're stepping in on the play-by-play spot and I'm on color tonight because I'm surprised I still have a voice. But yes, this is going to be an exciting event. You talk about historic moments. You talk about a great facility like the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And then to add on top of that, you put up $500 to the winner of an all-star invitational. Invitational, the word. You got to be invited to be its race. The best of virtual super late models are here tonight. This is going to be an exciting battle to see who will carry 5 Franklins home wherever they reside in the world.
Absolutely correct, and you heard that right, $500 on the line here tonight at the famed North Wilkesboro Speedway, North Wilkesboro Township, and these guys just about ready to rock and roll here. Only about a minute left of practice, and we're going to be getting ready to go into qualifying here. You're going to see some bad fast lap times around this place, too. The asphalt's old, but these guys, some big names here tonight, know how to rip around this place.
It's going to be a fun, exciting race. Obviously, in just a few moments, we'll show you the race 411, but there's 24 some odd drivers. I think 28 out of 50 actually officially responded. And hey, listen, it's going to be a very quick setup. You're going to get ready to go qualifying. Your qualifying is then going to line us up. It's 100 laps. Okay, thank you. Qualifying, 2 laps, lone qualifying, and then you're going to go 100 laps. A winner take all, $500. Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, LSRTV, making this event happen. This is going to be an exciting race. This is bragging rights, okay? And what a perfect racetrack, the North Wilkesboro Speedway, to have super late models.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we'll look at the weather conditions here tonight. Air temp sitting right at about 79 degrees. That's pretty much a sweet spot here for racing. Wind's not a factor. Track temp a little bit on the warmer side. 124-degree track temperature. That sun beating down with clear skies. It's going to create a little bit of a slickery racetrack, I guess we'll call it. And these guys going to be looking for grip all day long here.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be fun to watch, as obviously practice has concluded. Where are you from? Rotterdam, New York. Am I right, Brandon? So, I mean, but you know what? You're like one of the best flagmen in America, because I see you on the – no, seriously. I see you on what used to be the Short Track Super Series. I think they got a new name for it now, and seen you in Florida and in South Carolina. I think you were down in my neck near Gaffney the other week ago. And obviously, you know, from the flag stand to – we were thinking to ourselves as we watched Bryce Beatty qualify. I think it was like almost 2 years since me and you've done an iRacing broadcast together.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
when it first started. It's been a while, though.
Yeah, I remember, you know, you first came on here, and we did some dirt races together. I'll tell you, from both the announcer's booth to the flag stand, I know you and I both get a really good view of these races.
Yes.
Looking Bryce Beat here on the racetrack, putting down some qualifying.
Bryce Beatty coming to the line, 18-138, 0.092 seconds away from the pole. And right now, Jeffrey Martin is the man that has the pole. 1787 to a 1795. Not anymore. Max Cookson now goes to the top of the board as Matthew Bergani is on the speedway down with a 38 car.
See what kind of lap time he can lay down here. Coming across the stripe this time, 20.326 for car number 38. 20.326 on the throttle once again. These guys really rolling through these corners here at a pretty impressive speeds here. These super late models got a lot of power, a lot of grip. Big slip up there from the 38, keeps it right out of the wall there, but that's going to hinder his qualifying.
This is the inaugural LSRTV Invitational. LiveSimRacing.com for more information. And here comes Jay Jensen. We'll see what that Camaro can do down the front straightaway. Yeah, as we just watched qualifying, Thomas Axum just went to the top of the board and just bumped Max Cookson 1779 to a 1780. Jay Jensen, where are you going to end up, buddy? Right now, working his way off of turn number 4. Jensen to the line. 17.885. That will be good enough for around the top 5 and 4th there.
Yeah, these guys really pulling some impressive lap times around this place too, Wesley. You know, 17-second lap time. This track is actually a little bit bigger than a half mile, right around the 0.6 mile range. So 17-second lap around this place, that's cruising.
The best super late model drivers of virtual iRacing invited to come for this event. Qualifying about to end here. Here comes now Braxton DeWeese. We'll see what the native out of Ohio can do. The Ohio native. Shout out to Chris DeWeese. I know he's in the chat box. And the Reaper Speed Labs entry number 8. Well, wait a minute. Where did he end up? Braxton DeWeese. I don't think he finished his time. Ended up. Okay, I think he's back on track now. Here we go. Let's see what the number 1 can do. It's actually a 15. Normally you see him in an 8 a lot. Braxton DeWeese on the clock now, Brandon.
He's gonna run that high line this first lap around. Try to gather his speed up here. 18.446 first lap around. Now you see him ducking right to the groove this time. Good strategy for qualifying here. Get those tires warmed up with the first lap. Get them scuffed up just a little bit. Try to get the grip that second time around.
Remember tonight, I'm sorry, I was going to say, Brandon, remember after qualifying, we go for 100 laps. The winner tonight, $500 to win. It's winner take all.
Yeah, winner take all, and it's going to be huge. You know, these guys in iRacing, they've become so used to running for a lot of money, but $500 is nothing to joke about. You know, that's a lot of money to take home for a 100-lap race here tonight, and all put on here live at LSRTV.
Certainly is. There's Dylan Huffines. He just finished up and turned a 17.93 with a 1. 17.93 with a 1. So it looks like Alex Mccullum, the native out of New Jersey. I believe we're going to go to a break, Brandon, and he's going to be the guy taking us to green when we return. Sure. Are we on commercial?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say anything after that because that was a good transition into commercial.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it?
They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to LSRTV, your home for sim racing since 2014. You're watching the LSRTV Super Late Model Invitational, and these guys ripping around here. A little bit of warm-up time for these guys. They are waiting on one driver to get reset up. We'll say he had mechanical issues, Wesley. He had to refire up the sim and get things reset here so that way he can get in the race tonight.
Well, this is right now just the final session, and here's the deal. Unofficially qualifying in the books, Alex Mccollum is the man that's going to lead him to the green flag. 20-plus drivers, I think it's 24, 25, they're going to come to the green flag here in just a few moments. And would you have it any other way? 50 drivers got the invitational, 25 responding. I think 28 actually gave a go earlier this afternoon. But, hey, life happens. Sometimes things might have come up, not able to make it, but what we have are the best invited run in this all-star race for 100 laps. And here's the thing. What will you do to be at the top? because second place is the first place loser. No money for the rest of the field. Brandon, you got to be first to get $500.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are going to be hungry all race long, but it's going to come down to strategy here throughout this thing. You've got 100 laps to set yourself up here, Wesley, and these guys are really going to be charging all race long, but in order to win that $500, you got to be there at the end.
No doubt about it. Of course, we mentioned Alex Mccollum. We mentioned the job he done. Obviously, the credentials. You think, and let's talk about this, the credentials, Brandon, on these drivers in this series race tonight. Yeah, obviously, Mccullum has had success from the SARA to running modifieds to super late models to legends. You know Mccullum. He's actually a real race car driver, too, from New Jersey. Dustin Mombercat is another guy to keep an eye on. Jay Jensen from Florida, the 22, has got some awesome credentials. Bryce Beatty, Dylan Huffines from the Northwest. From the Midwest, Braxton DeWeese from Ohio. Dan West Jr. from the Northwest. Dan Lowther. Some of these guys that we know from the Northwest, the Southeast, the Mid-Atlantic, they're from all over, Northeast, ready. I love this gathering of what is the inaugural Super Late Model Invitational presented by LSRTV. And I do believe that this is just the first of many to.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of these guys are going to be hungry for that 500. And, you know, I love this aerial shot of the North Wilkesboro Speedway. You can see this racetrack is something special. And these guys ripping around here. You can see just how much rubber they laid down already. They got 100 laps to go. And, of course, we talked about how hot this racetrack is going to get. The sun beating right down on this thing. It's going to get hot and slick. These guys are going to be moving around all race long, multi-groove racing. It's going to be one to watch.
It certainly will be, as the warm-up clock is about to tick down here. I think they're waiting to get a couple more drivers connected. We did have one guy having some server issues. We're going to get him reset and get him back in the box, which is basically having some mechanical issues, if you will. But I'll tell you what, Brandon, been a while, man, and I got mad props for you because, you know, the last month or so, I've flagged probably about 3-4 times in the last month and a half, and just your body gets so sore doing that job, and it's so stressful, and people realize that. So, you know, props to you for flagging and announcing and being able to work with you again tonight, but it's going to be a fun time. We're about ready to roll.
Absolutely, we are. And race fans, it's that time. It's time for your LSRTV starting lineup. Starting on pole inside front row, it's going to be car number 24, Alex Mccullum. Starting his outside, it's going to be Thomas Axel. Starting in third, it's going to be Max Cookson. Starting in fourth, second row outside, it's going to be car number 33 of Brett Suggs. Starting in that fifth position, car number 16, that's going to be Dustin
Dustin Mombercat.
I'll help
you out, buddy. Dustin Mombercat.
Starting to his outside, it's going to be car number 82 of Devin Landry. Row number 4, starting to the inside, car number 22, it's going to be Jay Jensen. Starting to his outside, car number 07, it's going to be Jeffrey Martin. Starting in row number 5, car number 17, it's going to be Dylan Huffines. And starting to his outside, it's going to be Dan Lowther.
We're moving on to row number 6. It's going to be Ian Martin to the 98 machine to the outside. Row 6 and 12 is Beatty in the 7. Row 7 will find Brent Bledsoe in the 9. Hunter Parsons in the 00, row 7. Row 8 on the grid. Kenneth Garber in 23 and Braxton DeWeese from Ohio in the 1. Row number 9 will find Angel Ortega in the 15, Troy Daggett in the 9. Your top 20 will find David Trumley in the 96 and Matthew Bergani in the 18, 38. Row 10, row 11, Cameron Iverson in the 10. Dan West Jr. in 25, a former Northwest Truck champion, 2-time champion at that. Sean Kimball in 52, Andrew Lemke, they make up row 12. Row number 13. And that is your lineup for 24 drivers ready to go for the first time ever. Lights are off on the pace car. $500 to win. Brandon Crooks, it's winner take all, and it's about to go down. The inaugural LSRTV Super Late Model Invitational here at the virtual North Wilkesboro Speedway.
These drivers geared up, ready to go. Flagman has the green flag in hand. Mccullum's on the throttle. Green flag is in the air for the first time of the night. The field charges down through turns number 1 and 2, this time by Mccullum, trying to find to the inside. It's going to be a drag race this time already into turn number 3.
They work with each other side by side as Donessel off turn 4. Hey, buddy, sit down. Lap 1 in. Axum and Mccollum battle for that spot side by side. Creeping up on the bottom is McCookson. He thought about making it 3 wide, now thought better of it. Contact up the hill. Too early for this. Axum, Mccollum, Cookson, top 3 off 4.
Watch this multi-groove racing that we're seeing here, front row, right where they started. They're still going to be side by side this time, heading down the straight. Caution flag flash for the first time of the night here on lap 3.
Yeah, we got some problems on the racetrack. We'll find out what's going on here as the yellow flag is over the speedway and your Pulse Poppers instant replay. And let's take a look here. Man, 25 just got turned west. And West Jr., by the way, kind of confused. Normally he's in the 55 car. Tonight he's in the 25, but he goes around a simple spin. He's all right. Keeps on rolling. No harm, no foul, I believe, Brandon.
Yeah, you know, these super late models can take quite the beating out there. They're used to the rugged short track racing, so a little bit of contact set him around. I'm sure he's fuming just a little bit after that one, but it's early, and I'm sure he'll be able to rebound.
So we're in the early going to this event. By the way, caution laps do not count, obviously. Any word on they are letting caution laps count? My apologies. They're all letting caution laps count. Well, hopefully this won't be a wreck fest and we go yellow flag till the end of this thing here. So, I'll tell you what, you talk about $500 on the line, winner take all. Very quickly, Brandon, we saw that that's what's on the line. And Thomas Axum, Alex Mccollum, and Max Cookson in the top 3 at one time, 3 wide. We're not backing down.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks, you see it. Thomas Axum's going to be your new race leader here when the green flag eventually comes out once again. We're going to get at least 2 more pace laps around the North Wilkesboro Speedway. But Thomas Axum's going to be your new leader when we go back green flag racing.
Try to settle them back in here. iRacing on LSRTV. By the way, don't forget tomorrow night more short track racing with, of course, the excitement of the Northwest iRacing Series Cup. They'll be at Richmond. Trucks on Thursday night. We know we like our Brandon. Trucks at Dirt on Thursday, plus a whole bunch of other cool stuff along the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure to like, subscribe to see everything that's happening on LSR TV. Catch us live throughout the week. And you'll see more fantastic racing all week long.
Believe the lights will go off on the police car this time by. We'll settle them up for the restart. And now they're going to still keep them under yellow. What's the deal on the fast repairs? 2 attempts at overtime if need be. What's the lot of money on the line? What's your format for this race? No fast repairs. Oh my goodness.
What?
1.
So they get 1 quote-unquote backup car for the fans who may be just tuning in. So 1 backup car here tonight. These guys.
He said, "What's a fast repair mean?" Well, what fast repair is a backup car. Okay, if you trash
that's basically what it is.
Right. If you trash it like a real car, you have a backup car. There's your backup car. Thank you for playing.
So you see it there now, folks. Lights are out up on top of the iRacing official pace car. Your front row going to be coming back to green this time. Thomas Axum, Alex Mccullum. They're going to be firing together here in the restart zone. Pace car is going to duck down to the safety of pit lane this time. Bye-bye, I don't blame him. The field's ready to roll. Green flag is back in the air.
Back on the restart. Look at them over 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Top 4. Side by side. No one back out. No one giving it up. As Mccollum opens the door to the outside lane, to the inside. Here comes Axum. Sit down, people. Sit down, would you? As they work down the straightaway. Look at Axum. Mccollum and Cookson battling. Oh, he pushed him uphill. Mccollum slipped there 3 wide. Here comes Suggs. Ticking it to the inside. Oh, third back to 1.
Man, oh man, look out. Car number 39, that's going to be Max Cookson. He had a big wiggle there all the way down that straightaway, it seemed like, and he's able to gather it back up and out without losing a couple of positions there.
Axel out in front. Look at this battle now. That's Dustin Momberket battling. 82. Landry, Jensen sizing each other up, trying to get around Cookson for that spot. One car down at the bottom of the racetrack off the pace. We're 12 in of 100. This race, this battle, $500 to win. Sunday night, the inaugural LSRTV Super Late Model Invitational. The best of iRacing battling. And honestly, you're going to see this. You're not going to see, I don't think it's just going to be a tearing cars up intentional type deal. The best of the best that's going to get up there. They're going to race hard. And they know as it comes to the end of this thing, the fight for the money will be good.
Absolutely. You talk about a perfect racetrack to hold this event at. Multiple grooves to work with. These guys can be a little bit more patient here. They got 100 laps to work with. They're going to tick by quick, but they got that amount of time to set themselves up for the end of this race as we see another battle on the racetrack right now.
Up the hill, that's Dan Lowther. Coming off of a top 3 finish the other night of the Northwest Cup Series at Atlanta. And speaking of Atlanta, Brandon, nothing but social media praise and radio media TV coverage of what the Cup race at Atlanta provided today. Big props to my buddy Brandon and Ted Alstead at Atlanta. What a show that they put on.
Absolutely right. And you see these guys cruising around single file now. This is part of the patience that I was talking about. These guys, they have plenty of time. They know that laps are ticking down here, but plenty of time to get themselves set up and into a position. And what did I say earlier, Wesley? In order to get that $500, you need to be there at the end.
Certainly, my friend. Definitely. By the way, just want to mention thanks to Sean Kimball. He's race director. Of course, big thanks to not only this race being for 500 win, thanks to Live Sim Racing, but we also want to acknowledge the main Sim Racing Series for stepping up, Brandon, and being able to help sanction this event and make it happen, as this is a big program. A lot on the line as this race goes on. Battle with Axum going on. He leads. While that goes on, Suggs and Cookson battle here side by side, working off 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cookson, I was talking about patience. He wanted to get around Suggs right at that moment. A little bit of a sketchy move to the inside. He makes it work. He's going to be able to clear him that time by. And these guys, he's going to give them the, hey, hello, how are you? I'm still right behind you. And I don't know if I really appreciated that move down low.
Yeah, got to kind of give and take there, if you will. There's got to be some patience given and earned. And that's what we just saw a moment ago. Down the back straightaway, 20 laps in, closing in on 80 to go. Oh, a little contact! And that's what happened. Suggs and Cookson in the wall. Caution out. Trouble. Turn number 3.
Oh my. I don't know if I like that one.
So much for the word little patience. Yeah, eat your heart out, Guns N' Roses.
So you saw their implications on the racetrack, and you can see him there right on the back bumper. That was that time at a 4. That's not where the trouble started. Trouble started right down there into turn 1. A little bit of a tap to the back bumper, and Suggs is collecting that pretty hard as well. And oh man, hold your brakes. Cookson, more cars involved. There are multiple cars involved here on the lap 22 incident, and you're going to see a lot of them coming down pit road this time.
Yeah, the opportunity for guys to come to the pit lane going on here, and right now we see the drivers working, getting service done. Martin on the lane, the 7 on the pit lane. That's going to be Bryce Beatty, the 63. Dan Lowther coming off the pit lane. There goes the 82. They're rolling. There goes Beatty out. And everyone else coming off the lane. Troy Daggett. What do you think? A little too early to pit on lap 23, you think, Brandon?
Well, I think it's too early for some of these front runners. So I don't think you really saw a whole lot of front runners come in. You still see the same guys up front that have been up front. I think those guys ought to wait just a little bit. I think your halfway point is probably going to be your best bet. You know, and then you got tires to play with for the end of this thing if you really need them. I think these guys in the back, you know, pit, try to get yourself set up early, see, you know, if you can get yourself on an offset strategy, because you're not going to win if you're running towards the back by doing the same things as everybody else. So smart,
you're exactly
smart
right.
strategy.
You're exactly right, buddy. I'll definitely give you that.
Then now you see lights are out on top of the iRacing official pace car once again.
Okay, Brandon, I got to ask you the question, bud. Do you like flagging or announcing better?
I do both. You know, I think I like the seat better in the flag stand, but I can't say I haven't done a both in one night either. So
that's true. I've done my share of flagging and announcing. Actually, I flagged for the first time in 3 years the other day. And I've done it like in the last 5 weeks, 3 weeks of it. And I told somebody my arms felt like Jell-O after that first time doing it. Green flag in the air. We're back for the restart. And we're back to it again with Mccullum as well as Bombercat. A couple of new drivers up at the top. The pole car back to the lead. He's looking for some big money in NJ. He works off turn 3.
Gaggle race car.
Whoa, we got a car around. Trouble 0-0.
Multiple cars involved.
It started with Parsons going around, Brandon, and then all of a sudden it blocked the path. And as you said, it's a multi-car accident.
These guys set up a Waffle House there in turn 4, pattern, smothered and covered. My favorite phrase to use here. You'll see it this time. These guys powering down the back straightaway here, and they just kind of gaggled up there, and the 0 car went around, and these guys, fresh off of a restart, had nowhere else to go.
Yeah, it's definitely disappointing there. We'll have to watch them one more time and see how this goes down. But I'm telling you, we're getting closer and closer to the money laps, and aggression will be like that throughout the way.
So you see it, lead turned back over to Alex Mccullum. 16 right behind him. They're going to be your front row once again here as we head back green. And a very short run that last time around, so these guys get to do it one more time.
And I know you're also a firefighter, so, man, thank you for your service, man. That's definitely a big task as well, doing that.
Well, thank you, and I'm sitting here on my phone watching notifications rolling from you, Wesley. Get off your phone.
Hey, dude, I multitask, okay, brother? I'm trying to make sure these broadcasts go out via social media so people know about what's going on. I'm one of those guys that could be calling the race with you. Like I said, thank goodness I'm not on the play-by-play spot tonight. But you know, just you know, being in the color position, but to put on our social media. And by the way, speaking of social media, of course, at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And Brandon, tell us a little bit more about Masters, of course, Majors Garage. Majors Garage, big part of LSRTV coverage.
Yeah, you can see here 60+ iRacing car setups available. You can sign in, click the link in chat or in the broadcast description to find out more about Majors Garage, a big name in iRacing for quite some time now.
Green flag, hopefully coming out next time by.
These guys, I believe, reverting to a single file restart here. Pace car is in. Mccullum leading these guys around single file, multiple cautions in the same attempt. Green flag is back in the air once again here in North Wilkesboro.
70 laps to go when they come back around. 30 laps into this race, of this 100-lap battle here in the 500 to win winner-take-all inaugural LSRTV Super Late Model Invitational. Up a hill, the 07. Martin Iverson says, excuse me, coming through. Down to the bottom of Iverson, we got a caution. It's the 6-5 of Lemke. Lemke's around. C-Raps, number 5, Andrew Lemke, and another yellow flag.
Not a view you want out the front windshield here is facing towards the wall. We'll go back on replay and see what happened. Looked like he was riding about that second groove up, and not a bad place to ride here. Oh, contact down the back straightaway. Oh, heavy contact there, and I think that may put a damper on his day.
Man, that's a tough break. Was wondering there for a second. They've had the S like the Superman, but the Superman has got kryptonite right now, and that's North Wilkesboro Speedway here in the super late model LSRTV Invitational. Man. Alex Mccollum, though, man, he's looking good so far, Brandon, and staying out of trouble. He was right around the snakes whenever we saw Suggs and Cookson go around. And you know, don't count out Suggs or Cookson. They're good drivers. They still got plenty of time to get back up in the front. But look at Dustin Mombercat. We remembered him from the SMB Cup Series, but also in addition from the what used to be, oh my goodness, we used to run them on Monday night. I've lost my train of thought. It's been such a long week, but we used to race them on Monday night, and we'll definitely see where they end up. Watching Mombercat, the Rocket, and others.
Yeah, you know, this is one of these situations. These guys running up towards the front of this thing, or, you know, even back around towards mid-pack, you're set here on these restarts. You want to keep seeing these restarts if you have a car set up for a short run. These guys that have their car set up for a long run, they're in for a rude awakening, I think, because I say this far too often, but cautions breed cautions. All it takes is one to start a chain, and this is exactly what you're seeing here right now.
You're exactly right, buddy. You're exactly right. We'll see where this all ends up becoming or settling out to be. And ready to stay under caution here. Hopefully we can get back going very, very soon. But the American iRacing League, it finally just came to my head. American iRacing League. Dustin Mombercat used to run on that series, Brandon. And of course, they're not a part of us anymore. Pace cars in, ready, restart. 65 laps to go, 500 to win, and they're all looking money and green in turn one.
The field charges down into turn one, and this time, once again, everybody clean and green so far down to the corner. Mccullum still leads him down into turn number 3 this time. See a battle up out of the racetrack now. 4 or 5 cars under a blanket there. That's all for the top 5. These guys all battling now, riding on board, looking out the rear spoiler. Look at that view. Hard charging Mustang right behind Jay Jensen.
Field works on board. There's Jay Jensen. You're on board with that driver in third as Bergani behind him in the 38 machine. His Ford Mustang in fourth, creeping on the bottom off of turn 4. Shout out to my buddy in Greensboro, or in Goldsboro, George Rayner and his mom. Gertrude tuning in. Check it out. I know they become a fan recently of iRacing on LSRTV. I love you, George. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed NASCAR in Atlanta and all the other great racing this past weekend in the Carolinas, and enjoying the nightcap, Brandon, with this awesome super late model invitational. 40 laps coming up. We're 10 to halfway, 60 to the finish. My friend, we still got a long way to go. It's not over yet.
Absolutely not. These guys coming up lap 40 now. And you can see the gaggle of race cars here about mid-pack. These guys running 2-3 wide nearly, and all trying to fight for the same real estate here. This is where things start to get a little bit sketchy.
3 wide for a second. He thought about it. That was going to be the 98 of Ian Martin, but he couldn't reel back in. Daggett or Lowther. And all the while, the 10 of Iverson there. So is Parsons. They work around the corner, back into turn 3. Fastenal machine. Daggett up the hill. Iverson behind him. Inside, Martin, Parsons, Cookson. Those are those drivers we mentioned earlier, trying to get back up in this thing. All the while, Alex Mccollum leads them. There is a shot mid-pack as that battle goes on with Daggett and into turn 3.
These guys still battling. Donacover sitting under a blanket here, and real close running. You can see Dan West Jr. back there as well. He had an earlier incident. He's trying to rebound now. West, he's up to that 17th position now, and still something gained, but it's so hard when cars are battling side by side and nearly 3 wide. It's so hard to try to gain that position, Wesley, and you know, you're really just trying to ride to survive back there mid-pack.
Yeah, you certainly are, bud. I mean, it's pretty much a dog-eat-dog world right now, especially if you're in what they call the snake's patch or the danger zone or the hornet's nest. So many analogies we use in the broadcast booth of seeing where that storm is brewing. And we saw one time earlier, Brandon, where we said there's a storm brewing, and then all of a sudden, bam, car turned around, got spun, and All the while, this action goes on continuing.
Looking at a slight battle for third here now. 3 cars trying to fight for position. And oh boy, you can see this racetrack, the surface is old, it's worn. A lot of character in this asphalt. So these guys hit a bump wrong. It's going to send these modern day race cars up the track. Caution flag on the speedway. Big wreck down the backstretch.
Yeah, trouble. Dan Lather involved with it. Of course, the 63 machine. Speaking of a driver of the Northwest, shout out to one of our iRacing broadcasters on LSRTV, Greg Rentz. Check the coverage, man. Hope you're doing well. And don't let no kids beat you up on the school bus anymore, okay? I'm tired of hearing them getting black eyes and getting punched. And this is the reason why I'm not a teacher. Oh, no. Max Cookson again. Rear into the wall. Then he turns the front clip into the inside wall. And that's another thing about that track, Brandon. They're talking about reinventing, or not inventing, but updating, remodeling the facility to racing industry terms of today. And this is the reason why right here. Watch this turn. This is an exact layout of the racetrack probably about 4 years ago, or when they launched it, or 3 years ago when they launched it. And that inside barrier, metal barrier, all that stuff's real. So they got to take it down. They got to put in safer wall barriers. They got to put in safer walling on the inside and the outside. So there's a lot of work that goes behind doing it. But it sounds like they're going to do it. You might see, and might is a big, big yes, a resurgence of the North Wilkesboro Speedway coming back again.
Yeah, absolutely exciting stuff there. And, well, you saw the reason for the caution there in the Pulse Poppers replay. One car catching the grass. You know, there isn't really an apron here. So you talk about some of the modern advancements they're going to be making in this facility. Well, currently, in this current configuration in the virtual world, in iRacing, they've got this set up to the 1984 spec North Wilkesboro Speedway. You can see no apron, so not a whole lot of room for mistake if these guys get loose and try to save this car. If you end up sliding down the track a little bit, you're going for a ride.
Certainly will. Lights are off for the pace car. They'll reset them. Ready to do this again for the restart. Hey, if you're tuning into the broadcast, use the hashtag LSRTV Invitational and let us know where you are joining us from. Thank you, George Rayner. Greg Rentz gives the laughing faces. It's got to be because of the comment I made about him getting beat up on the school bus. We're halfway home, by the way. 50 down, 50 to go. Second half. Here comes a shot at the money. $500 to the winner. Side by side to the Geico restart zone, and green flag back out.
Field charges down into turn one once again. You can see these guys all bundled back up, back double file, restarted. Landry trying to fight for that lead on the inside now. Side by side battle, and this time down the front straightaway. He's going to clear that time.
You know, Brandon, I'm digging these camera angles. You know what they remind me of? Back in the 80s and 90s of NASCAR, when they used to be on TNN and TBS. Those are the types of camera angles that they used. Pretty cool.
Absolutely is. And man, oh man, some of these race cars, older tires, starting to get a little bit upset here, Wesley. You can see these guys starting to wiggle around just a little bit more than what they were at the beginning of this race. And that's something that we're really going to have to keep our eye on as these guys move it around a lot more. This close racing that we see
trouble.
is big wreck.
Trouble. Yes, sir. Big trouble in turn 4. My goodness there. Brandon, we got a big parking lot again, and it's with some big heavy hitters.
Man, oh man, you saw some heavy contact right there. We'll go back at our Pulse Poppers replay. Heavy contact. This is the field coming down out of turn 2 this time, down the back straightaway. We'll see what caused it here. Going into three wide battling, sends the 23 around, and hard contact for a couple of those guys. Saw the 39 involved in that. He has not had a good day.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Max Cookson. You want to talk about maybe possibly one of the favorites to carry the money home back to them? It would be Max Cookson, one of the greats. Look at Dan West Jr. in that. It's another ingredient of the snake's patch. The Hornet's Nest. They stuck it 3 wide. Somebody wouldn't lift. Cookson hooked the 23, and then here comes everyone else plowing in. There you see Andrew Lemke hitting into the other cars. Around goes Lowther. Around goes, of course, so many other good contenders. And it's a product of the racing here. You're racing for 500 to win. You're going to see the aggression limit change, I believe.
Yeah, and apologies. That was a 23 car that originally got sent around, sending all of these guys up into the outside wall or into other cars, trying to avoid some really, really heavy contact there. Some of these guys are going to have to get sent to the virtual infield care center here to get checked out virtually, of course. And the field's going to restack behind the iRacing official pace car now.
Yeah, they're going to re-rack, restack, and we'll try this again, if you will, after that problem. Man, it's just a product of the environment. Honestly, that's the way it is right now, and that is that's what happened. And it's not going to be any different as we get to the home stretch here, I believe, Brandon.
Yeah, you know, from here, all you're going to see is that same activity start to ramp up even more. All of these guys are hungry for that $500, and all these guys are going to start to show it here real soon. Heavy hitter, Alex Mccullum. He's running 6th position back there. He fell back just a little ways, trying to work his way back up. You can see Landry is still going to be restarting on the front row. Burgoyne going to be to his outside. All of these guys, big names, all of them going to be fighting for the same position, position number 1. It's the only one that pays in this race, Wesley, and it's about go time once again.
Yeah, Charles Wooten and Jeff Stabnow have hit a monster with this race, because you're setting yourselves up for being a crazy finish when this is all said and done, because it is winner take all. The winner takes the money. Okay, we're back underway. Green flag.
Once again, they charge down through turns 1 and 2. Landry trying to hold on to that lead. He restarted front row inside, and he's trying to hang on to it this time. He gets the jump. He's going to clear that time for the lead. Now second place may have company. Crossover almost back to the inside. It was peaking. Nothing doing that time by.
He was thinking about it as they work their way back around the racetrack, working again off that corner. Hold on to it, saving it. Devin Landry on board with him. What a good run he's got right now. Devin Landry. And again, you see some pushing and shoving behind him. Now we're on the side of the right rear of that car from that camera angle. I'm loving it. Landry is on looking Bergani and Martin. And all the while, down the front straightaway, he's under 40 laps to go now.
You saw that nice smooth wheel movement. You could hear them rolling back into the throttle. These cars are going to want to dance now. Super late models, a lot of horsepower, 900 horsepower into these beasts. And they're going to want to dance on old tires here. Already slick racetrack and old racing surface. And worn down tires, it creates a show.
Yep, worn down tires and a whole bunch of other things going on as they work their way back across the start-finish line. The laps are ticking away, if you will, as we are, again, under 40 laps to go. 37 next time by, to be exact. Landry, Bergani. Who is going to go for the money? Who wants a shot at the money? It's pucker time, as they said in the movie Armageddon. It's time to see what somebody's got.
You know, one thing that I really like that I'm seeing here also is, you know, you see our leader, Landry, pulling away just a little bit, but he's not running away with it. All of these guys are still tucked up behind each other.
That's right.
There's enough movement in these race cars to where all of these guys can kind of stick with each other. As 38, you saw him clip the grass there just a little bit. That caused an incident earlier this race. Got to be real careful with how low you get down here. Look at third place. That allowed him to get to the outside.
Landry, Bergani, Mccollum. Look who's back up in the saddle again. Inside. Look who's back. Axum back in the battle. So is Jensen. Who's going to be exactly? You know, as we approach the end of this thing, you got to start seeing the front runners coming back to the front, and who's got the car that can be there at the end. It's time now to start lying in the weeds or trimming the fat to find out who's going to be the guy that could pocket $500 to win.
can see Mccullum trying to work his way back up to the lead. He's now looking on the back bumper of Landry. He's knocking on the back door saying, hello, let me in. I want that lead back. He's peeking down low, and now Landry knows he's got company. Caution flag on the speedway.
Yeah, caution out over the speedway. Trouble again on the racetrack. Have to find out what happened here. Oh, my goodness. Landry and Mombercat still the ones up in front. And I tell you what, honestly, as we get to the end of this thing, who's going to be the guy at the end? Who will it be, Brandon? That's the question, bud.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to judge at this point. You got so many good names up there. As you see, guys heading down pit road, Wesley. You see Mccollum handed the lead. A couple of these down pit road.
So cars onto the pit lane now. Service being done.
Landry, Lowther, Martin, Beatty, Suggs. We're going all down pit road.
Can you say money stop?
Yeah, there's definitely some strategy behind this, and I don't know if you can confirm, Wesley. Did Mccullum pit earlier? I think he did.
So I'm understanding that having some hearing there, but we're rocking and rolling with Alex Mccollum still leading. The broadcast rolls on. Alex McCollum, Thomas Axum, Jay Jensen. And I'll tell you somebody who's lying in the weeds. Remember what I was telling you? Lying in the weeds, playing possum, ready to pounce like a coiled cobra. Two drivers, Brandon Kreutz. One, Ohio's Braxton DeWeese. Watch the number 1. He's up, or the number 15, up 11 spots in 5th. And another guy is Dan West Jr. from Shelton, Washington, the 2-time and defending Northwest iRacing Truck Series champion. He's up 14 spots, my friend. He's in 8th.
Yeah, some names starting to work their way up towards the front, and now you're going to have some guys on fresh rubber coming up as well. Some more heavy hitters. The whole field ready to rumble once again. Stacked up, doubled up. Ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by Mccullum. Axum, that's going to be your front row coming back to this restart. Mccullum chose the outside. He's going to be your control car. Pace car makes its way down to the safety of the infield. They make their way to the restart zone on the throttle. Green flag is back in the air.
Can you say shootout time? We're back underway. Settling in on 27 to go. Back straightaway. Mccollum under attack now that it's Cole Axum that's coming after him. Look at this move. Thomas Axum, my apology. 3 wide up the hill. That's Dan West Jr. We saw a glimpse of it, but while that goes on, they work their way 2 by 2 around the track again. Look at Axum getting slipped. A little slip.
Oh, man.
Mombercat got into him and he saved it. Correction, that was a 22 of Jensen that got into him.
Jensen just took another shot on the back bumper.
Sure did. The gloves are off now. We're at the home stretch of this thing. Who's going to get $500 to win? And hopefully, Brandon, they give us a little share of the money.
2 by 2.
I'm playing.
By 2. All of these guys try to fight for that same position. Position number 1. Axum takes the lead now. He's going to clear for the race lead. McCullum's got company back behind him now. He's got 2 cars looking to the inside and the outside.
My goodness, he surely is. And he's under attack big time. Watch them working their way off the corner. My, hold your line. And hope something sticks, if you will. Working off. Wow.
Oh, look out, Mombercat. He got bitched there. He had to check up. And that was almost big implications. He managed to gather her back up. All of these cars, you can see the movement. Late in this racetrack's rubbered up. Tons of movement off of these cars and a lot of aggression from these drivers to try to gain anything that they can.
A lot of aggression, watching them as this race is slowly but surely coming to an end now. Who's going to be the top dog when it's all said and done? Who will be the one leading?
You can see just how close all of these guys are to one another still as well. Mccullum, he may have a fighting chance to try to peek to either the inside or the outside of Axum once again here, coming up real soon.
Hourglass running short, my friend. Just like I said, 20 to go.
20 laps to go indeed. And these guys, you can see them. I still can't believe the way that these cars are dancing around. These guys heavy on the throttle now on corner exit and trying to keep these beasts under control.
This is the inaugural LSRTV Super Late Model Invitational, the LSR Invitational. And it's down to the final 20 laps. Place your bets in the chat box. Who you picking to win? It's white knuckle time and caution is out. Trouble, 18 to go. Caution out now.
Oh, man.
Braxton DeWeese. Oh, no.
Go back on our Bolts Poppers instant replay. Let's see what happened to DeWeese. See these guys charging down out of turn 4, and I have a feeling they had help. And he had a lot of help and heavy contact there with the 33, and he ends up passenger side door into that inside concrete retaining barrier.
Wow.
Tough break. Not at all what I think these front runners wanted was another caution, but the field's going to get stacked up once again. I should say, not at all what these front runners wanted. Not at all what these top 2 drivers wanted. They were content battling it out by themselves here. Mccullum was looking like he may have had position on him soon. Wasn't quite able to make the move. And now Axum's got to hold him off once again.
Shootout time. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's shootout time here. The caution flag came at a perfect time, but man, I'm telling you, I think Thomas Axum's got this field covered. I mean, he looks really, really good in that number 13.
Sunday night short track racing going to end with a shootout here of about 12 laps, I'd say, by the time we get these caution laps underway. And Wesley, I mean, what are your predictions here? Is Mccullum going to be able to get something done? Is Axum going to be able to hold this field off? Or is somebody up within the top 5 going to be able to steal this thing away?
Boy, it waits to be seen. I think they're going to just tear more up. And is there an option for Tim to the green white checker? I mean, if do we have overtime if need be, or is it just whoever it is at the end of 100 laps is the winner?
There will be overtime attempts if needed.
That last lap, I'm gonna wreck you and your mom to win $500, Brandon.
We'll find out who's gonna wreck who, or hopefully these guys will keep it clean and green here as pace car gonna duck off this time once again.
Mccullum, 2 by 2,
Axum,
yes sir.
They're on the throttle. Green flag is back in the air once again. Mccullum with the advantage down into 1.
Yeah, I'm so used to being the play-by-play man. I didn't mean to step on you there, Brandon, but watch this here side by side. Battling for that spot in the turn number 3. Mccullum and Axum up the hill. Here comes now Bonsinger. Open the door to the line. There's a dozen laps remaining, and honestly, brass tacks, dozen cars have a shot to win this race as Bonsinger got shot up off the corner out of a cannon out of 2.
Everybody holds it straight, clean and green racing, and Axum still trying to fight on the low side. It's going to be 11 to go when they cross the stripe this time. A drag race. They're 2 wide, 2 rows deep. Mccullum is going to try to clear himself. He drives it in deep. He's clear. Now coming in his back bumper once again.
Oh, they got one upside down.
Car upside down on the exit of turn 2.
You know what, Brandon, I think we got that in stereo with you and I. We got a car upside down. It's the 7, I believe, of Bryce Beatty. My goodness, Bryce Beatty upside down here.
See what happened here. This is the field rolling out of 4. So right here. He gets punted into turn 1. A lot of help.
Oh, wow.
Man. That was
My
the 86.
apologies. It was the 86. Is the 86. Actually, it's the, oh my goodness. Wow. The 89. Flip-flop your numbers
Trying to read
there.
a number upside down.
Yep.
That's not how you want to try to read a number, but really tough break there for both of those drivers. And
my dad just come in here and he said, "You're gonna have somebody." He said it flipped over. I said, "Somebody flipped over." He said, "You're gonna have somebody flip over in here." So I guess I did get a little too excited there for her. So yeah, good to see my dad stop by and visit him. Yeah, I've been on the weekend on road all weekend, Brandon. I've been doing, like I said in the introduction, baseball, softball, soccer, racing for the last couple of days. I literally, instead of being in a hotel room, because I was thinking of doing that, I literally finished up with a pretty good race at Caraway and then just hauled back to the one side of the North Carolina to the other and sat in the chair. What, 10 minutes to live, Brandon? Seriously. Because I want to be home.
You talk about me being on the road a lot. It seems like you're never home.
I am. I'm always on the road. My girlfriend has to make an appointment for me to see her. Seriously. Oh, no, I'm just playing. Actually, I'm not, but it's a traveling life, man. I'll tell you, it's a fun one. And this has been a good race here, bud. As we approach, 7 laps to go. This is a shootout here.
7 to go this time, but it'll be 6 to go when they go back green flag racing across the stripe. Stacked up, doubled up, ready to go back green flag racing once again. Axum, Mccullum on the front row. Mccullum, you see car number 1 to the inside. Axum's going to be to his outside this time. Wesley, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be probably pretty sketchy, but it's going to be a good one just to dash to the end here.
Yeah, and another shot at money here as they work their way coming off of turn 4. The leader, Thomas Axum, Alex Mccollum from the pole, bringing it to green. 7, 6 at North Wilkesboro. Axum bounces off the wall. They hold it together. They're into 1 and 2.
Couple of cars pushing up the racetrack there. 3 wide back there. You see them just outside of the top 5. And all of these guys trying to push the limits here. Mccullum managed to clear for the lead. 5 to go this time at the strike.
5 remaining. Still opportunity awaits for anybody to pounce here. Look at this top 10. At least the top 8 have a shot to win. And yes, Suggs is back up there along with Momberket, Parsons. And here comes Mccollum, the leader.
See, we're going up to 2nd. Axum fell all the way back throughout the field, and he's still losing spots. Caution on the speedway.
Well, there goes your check. Oh, man, was that Suggs? That is Suggs. Oh! Was that intentional? Was that Kenneth Garber and Cameron Iverson? I think it is.
See what happened here. Pulse Poppers instant replay. And
Dan West Jr.
He has
the 23 and the 10 and the 63 and my goodness.
Upside down. That car went upside down.
But it wasn't the 23's fault. I don't think that was intentional. I really don't. I don't think I don't think the 10 of Cameron Iverson meant to hit the 23 of Kenneth Garber. It was just a way when everything came to a stop where the contact came from.
You can see he let him go, and honestly, I don't think it made much of a difference to the race car. A couple of really hard hits up on top once again. So I think a couple of these guys is going to end their race. Folks, you can see him up front. Alex Mccullum back up in the hot seat. Is he going to be able to hold off? Axum lost a lot of positions there, Wesley, and he's all the way back to the 5th position now.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you on that, but I think that what we said was not intentional. It wasn't meant to be to take anybody out intentionally. It was just a product of what happened with the accident. So, and we're not done yet. Can you say overtime? We're about to go into overtime, brother.
Yeah,
Would you have it? Would you have it any other way, Brandon Cruz? You knew it was going to come down to this.
It's Sunday night short track racing, man. I'm talking about short track racing. All of these guys knew what they were getting into coming into this thing. And you can see the field's starting to double up. It's almost go time. And I cannot imagine what's going through some of these guys' head, especially if you're sitting on the front row looking at that pace car right now. You're going to have a clear track all the way into turn 1, so you hope. And these guys going to be fighting all the way down to the wire.
Shootout time. Setting up overtime. Remember, 2 attempts at the green-white checker. The leader takes the white. Race is over. Wreckers or checkers at the CRN1 to go. If they wreck before the white flag, they come back, they try it again for a second time. Second time, if they wreck before the white, field is frozen, and we'll decide who your $500 winner is. The fireworks are about to be flying through the air and on the track as well. Who's going to get $500 as the winner? Back to 1. Mccullum, the leader, in the corner.
Mccullum got the jump off the restart. That's signed by. Field fires down back straight away now. They're coming around to take the CRN1 to go. Contact. Will they get there?
Oh, no, trouble. Turned in the pack. They did
Caution.
not take the white flag. Caution is out. They've got Matthew Bergani involved. Dylan Huffine's involved. Ian Martin involved. A big crash coming to the white flag, and they're going to do it again for the second attempt. It all started when the 38 got turned in the middle of the pack coming through 3 and 4, and then it blocked the path, if you will. Brandon, he never took the white flag. They were wrecking. They'll try it again.
Yeah, that was a big incident back there. And Alex, you got to breathe at some point here, buddy. We got to go through this one more time.
Brandon, you know what Alex Mccullum is thinking right now? You ever went to one of those games at the carnival or at the fast food, or not fast food, at the fancy restaurants or a sports bar, and you got the little game with the claw, and you're trying to go down there and hit the claw, and you're trying to get that, you're trying to get the stuffed animal or whatever prize you're wanting to get, and you know you're on the cusp of grabbing it, and then all of a sudden it snatches it away. That's what happened to Alex Mccollum. We'll have to try this again.
I'll tell you what, he got a really good restart that last time by. That's exactly what he needed. That's exactly what he needs to do one more time. We're going to his outside this time, and he needs that jump once again. He's gonna have company right on his back bumper again, though. Look at who's back. Axum, looking to make it happen once again. He's got a fast race car as well.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, join us for coverage of iRacing on LSRTV all week long. It starts on Monday with a doubleheader. Join John Mushton and myself for the next round of the Sim 500 NC811 For You Dig Cup Series at Atlanta. Then tomorrow night, we're at Richmond for the Northwest Racing Series Round 3 for the Cup on LSRTV, iRacing, and the Community Radio Network. That's tomorrow. Monday, join us. Your home for sim racing. And, of course, the proud sponsor of who's going to win $500 in this inaugural Invitational. It's time for the final attempt to decide the winner of the money here, Brandon, out of turn 4.
Pace car ducks down to the safety of the infield once again. Mccullum, another good restart. Green flag is back in the air. The field powers down into turn 1.
Back to turn number 1 and 2. Mccullum will stay to the inside of the racetrack, outside the lane. They all respect each other. Remember, they got to go to the white flag. If they don't, the field is frozen. The race is over. This is the second attempt. All 4 white flag. Mccullum leads. CRN1 to go.
Mccullum, he's got the gap now. Will he be able to hold it? Only a couple more corners. You see him wrecking behind him. The green flag's going to stay out. Mccullum with the gap. Alex Mccullum, open your wallet, get out your checkbook, $500. Richard Carr, number 24. Alex Mccullum wins it.
From the pole, Alex Mccullum driving 24 on time and scoring number 1 on the broadcast in the elite entry. Winning here, Alex Mccullum from New Jersey, a real INEX US Legends car competitor. And he just pockets another historic event in iRacing, being the inaugural winner of the LSRTV Super Late Model Invitational. Second spot going to Dustin Bombercat, Jay Jensen third. And look at this celebration, man. What a moment for that driver in the #1 car. All right.
So the celebration is going to be underway here, and we're going to step away for a quick commercial break. Stay tuned, everybody, for the post-race show. We'll be right back with you. All right, everybody, welcome back to LSRTV, your home for sim racing since 2014, and thank you for sticking around. A lot has happened here while
Yeah,
we
it
were under
has.
break there, and we were under a long break there for a good reason. So here's the update: Alex Mccullum disqualified for jumping the final restart. Dustin Momberket disqualified for causing that final wreck, the big one that you saw there on the broadcast. Jay Jensen is your official race winner here tonight. And Wesley, big turn of events here. So third place, going to walk away with the $500.
Yeah, well, the old cliche is, of course, at a real racetrack across America, NASCAR to grassroots, you got to go through post-race tech, and there's also infractions made that are on the racetrack for rules in the event, and obviously they're saying Alex Mccullum, I hate it for the New Jerseyan because he was going to win $500, and he jumped the last restart. The whole thing about restart zones and everything else was not implemented in this race, because this was a special invitational and there was a professional, human, real-life body race director making events and making the calls. And, hey, I got to give props to Charles. He stands by the call of the officials. So we got Jay Jensen as the winner.
Yeah, I've caught up with him down to victory lane. Jay Jensen out of the race car now. And, Jay, you walk away with the $500. What a change of events for you, man.
Man, I'm pumped. You know, the biggest thing was I tried to make sure I followed the rules, and that last restart was a little crazy. You know, it was really cool to have a race director announcing the green so that no games could be played. And when I saw the front row take off, I kind of just didn't want to take a chance and getting disqualified, and figured, you know, we'll come home top 3, be a solid day. You know, I was pretty happy with that. And then when I saw them get into it in turn 1 and 2, it was like, oh man, we might have a shot at winning this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there was a lot of information to process there. And, you know, tell us a little bit about your race. All in all, you had a pretty good day, fast race car all night long. And, you know, tell us about some of your ups and downs throughout this 100-lap event.
Just tried to keep the fenders and the tires on it. It was the main thing. You know, I made a pretty good long run in practice to see what the car would do. And I just knew if I could be the top 5 with about 20 to go, I had a shot. There was a little bit of tire strategy there at the end. I think it was the 92 and the 38, or the 82 and the 38. They had better tires on that one restart. They got together, and I was, you know, just kind of praying that we could get a top 5, and things worked our way.
Hey, Jay, but wasn't this, though, what you thought was going to happen? I mean, obviously, you know, maybe some people thought, well, maybe we can try to pull some strings, try to do some, not get caught, put your hand in the cookie jar, and then eventually you're going to get the slap on the wrist. But this is a big one because you're losing $500 for these guys, from first and second eliminated to a third place guy coming from third to first. And, you know, this has got to be probably, because we've known each other the last couple of years from NASCAR and other big events, the biggest paying event in your iRacing career tonight. Congratulations. And it is a monumental one, the inaugural winner of the LSR Super Late Model Invitational.
It definitely is, and you know, I appreciate the invitation. You know, I was pretty pumped to see that I got invited. I knew it was going to be tough competition. I knew we were going to be able to race close and lean on each other. And I think all in all, I mean, the racing was good. It got exciting there at the end, and like you said, everybody tried to push the limits, and a few of them got caught.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, Jay, one final question for you. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank or shout out to here for your awesome performance tonight?
Big shout out to RycoMotorsports.com. You know, I'm one of the team members. I work with all those guys week in and week out, and they really have helped me improve over the last few years. I had KC Foote in there, and Brody Kostecki helped me throughout that race, coaching me. So big shout out to those guys, and I really appreciate their help.
Well, awesome job, and thank you for talking with us. And race fan, that is your race winner on the night, Jay Jensen. And so, Wesley, that is about it for us here on the broadcast. What are your final thoughts here on tonight?
So here's the thing. I'm seeing a lot of comments already blow up on social. Brandon Crouch, you already you said, all right, guys, let's find out who everybody is, and let's get out of here and decide things. Hey, can we bring in Hunter Parsons real quick? He was the runner-up of the race. But, okay, I'm understanding he's in post-tech right now. But, man, I'll tell you, Brandon, again, the nature of the beast. You get a chance, $500 to win, money going to anybody but one person. That's it. I hate that rules were broken, but when the broken rules are made and you got somebody enforcing the rules, sometimes you get caught, and I hate that for Alex McCollum and of course in Dustin Mombercat. But congratulations to Jay Jensen. And this was such a fun race. I hope that they do it next year. But I got to say props to everybody involved, and you stick by your race director in closing, Brandon. And you know this, being a flagman on the Short Track Super Series and all the stuff on the officiating world, whether it's real or virtual, you stick by your race director. The enforcers, the promoters of this event done that. It's their call. And congratulations to Jay Jensen. But all in all, it was a fun race. I enjoyed it, brother.
Yeah, absolutely it was. And on that note, that's going to be a broadcast for us. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, all of our fans.